James was a hero for dumping a drink on Tom Schwartz on last night's episode of Vanderpump Rules. The drink toss on him finally allowed Tom Schwartz's true spineless, gutless nature and deep-rooted misogyny that's been playing out over several seasons to finally truly be exposed and unmasked. What happened before this drink was spilled on him? Well, Tom Schwartz made a pretty, shady, it was funny to me, but not to James, obviously, joke about James's failed engagement to Raquel Leviss in front of everybody at this beach party that James threw. So James was not amused. He decided to fat shame Tom Schwartz. He dragged his business. He called it a whole business in the middle of a crappy city or a strip mall or whatever. He really went in on this man before and after dumping that drink on him. Tom Schwartz literally did nothing. All he did was say, James, if you ever do that again, it won't be good for you. You know why? Because Tom Schwartz, the gutless, spineless creature, only ever has smoke for women. In the early days of Vanderpump Rules, when Stassi dumped a drink on him, Tom Schwartz had the energy to retaliate by dumping a drink back on her head. And then in a conversation with his then girlfriend, Katie, she did nothing to him, but he decided to dump a drink on her head too. This might be a better image of it if it's GIF. So as you see, when it comes to women, he has no problem dumping a drink on their heads and getting physical. But when James did this, dragged his body, dragged his business, dragged his life, all he could do was say, if you do that again, I'm gonna get you. And not only that, but later on in the episode, Lala Kent simply tells Tom Schwartz that she sides with James and that he's been doing shady things, not only to James by making out with his ex-fiance, making fun of his failed engagement, but also to her by hanging out with her ex, who's been treating her poorly. And she also called him out for the way he treats his ex-wife, who's supposed to be his quote-unquote friend, right? By making out with a mutual friend that the ex-wife said don't do. They both agreed not to get with anybody within their friend group. And as usual, he backstabs her and plays victim. So she tells him all this stuff very, level-headedly. And he, who just got trashed and drink tossed by James Kennedy, decides to unleash on Lala. He drags her physical appearance, her fake lips and whatnot. He calls her a bootleg housewife. He makes fun of her businesses and whatnot. He really drags her, which is funny because she really didn't say that much to him, right? She did literally nothing compared to what James just did to this man. It really just goes to show you that he is weak. He is a pig. He is a misogynist who only ever feels big and bad and tough around women.